Afternoon, everyone. Afternoon. My name is Tsepo Moletsane, and I'm gonna be sharing the How to Get Your Credit Report webinar with you. We do this on a daily basis, Monday to Friday, 2 sessions a day. This is the last week we possibly are doing How to Get Your Credit Report, and we're gonna move into something else next week. Yeah, December, boss, So Josie is very cold. It's very cold. So I was just talking about the 9 billion loan following the decommissioning of is it Komati, the 9 billion green loan that it looks like we'll be repurposing Komati for solar PVs. Yeah. So without further ado, quick disclaimer: the information contained in this presentation and the resources available for download through Juprop Group website and its affiliated site, inclusive of social media platform, is not intended as and shall not be understood or construed as financial advice. I'm not an accountant or a financial advisor, nor am I holding myself out to be, and the information contained herein is not a substitute for financial advice from a professional who's aware of the facts and circumstances of your individual situation. We have done our best to ensure that the information provided and shared, the resources available for download, are accurate and provide valuable information. Regardless of anything to the contrary, nothing available on or through this webinar should be understood as a recommendation that you should not consult with a financial professional to address your particular information. The company expressly recommends that you seek advice from a sound professional. Okay. Who's Juprop? We are here to enable credit active consumers with credit education tools and insights to improve their credit score. We're here to empower clients with transitioning from tenants to homeowners by leveraging their credit. And the campaign that we have for 2023, it's an ongoing campaign, so please go check your credit report. It's the 1 million credit reports by 2023. Here's the quick fact in relation to South Africa. There are over 26.52 million credit active consumers in the country, and of that about 9.88 million have what you call impaired records, meaning their accounts have been 3 months or more in arrears. And this is based on stats that came from National Credit Regulator as of end of June 2022. 741 and 37 credit reports have been issued at the request of consumers during the same period. Okay. Our session is going to be broken down into 3: understanding credit, get your credit report and take control, and our offer. Understanding credit. You will see there you've got a different ranks. Okay, you've got different ranks, and you rank it from the left to the right. The score differs, guys. Okay, the score normally differs based on which country you are in and so forth, but hopefully this kind of gives you clarity and understanding in terms of what do we mean, or what exactly is it that we are referencing in terms of the score. But it's ranked as follows: you will first get very poor, and you don't want to find yourself there, and then you'll get a poor score. That's an improvement on poor, and a fair score will follow, and then good, and then an excellent score. So ideally what you want to find yourself on an excellent side of the score. You don't want to find yourself on the poor or on anything that is related to poor score. It's expensive being on that side. Okay, it's very expensive. You definitely do not want to find yourself there. The goal of each and every credit active consumer should be to migrate and move to the extreme right as far as possible. Move to the right. That's what this thing is about. Okay. What is credit? What is it that we are talking about when we keep talking about credit, and how do you understand it? Look, credit is the ability to borrow money or access goods or services with the understanding that you'll pay later. Please, operating keyword there is that you will pay later. You will pay later. That's what matters. The ability that to pay is what matters. Okay. So here's a quick thing. I wanted to open something here. In the country, you also have National Credit Regulator, which is the regulatory body, and we have, for clarity, we also have what you call National Consumer Tribunal. So they work hand in hand in relation to your score. So when it comes to score, your score represents generally how important each category is through a percentage. So your credit score covers a number of things: your payment history, amounts owed, length of credit, your credit mix, and new credit. These are the number of things that will be covered within your score. Okay. And this relates to the previous slide, but I felt let me rather give you that context. Okay, so in the country, you've got the National Credit Act, which is the act that governs credit, and it's simple. Its intentions is to promote a fair, simple, non-discriminatory market access for consumer credit, and for that purpose to provide for general regulation of consumer credit and improve standards of consumer information, to promote BE and ownership within consumer credit industry, to prohibit certain unfair credit and credit marketing practices, to promote responsible credit granting and use for that purpose to prohibit reckless credit grant, to provide for debt reorganization in cases of over-indebtedness, to regulate credit information. Credit provided in respect of a credit agreement to which this act applies means the party who supplies goods or services under a discount transaction, incidental credit agreement, or installment agreement. The party who advances money or credit under a pawn transaction, the party who advances extends credit under a credit facility, the mortgagee under a mortgage agreement, the lender under a secured loan, the rest under the lease, the party whom an assurance or promise is made under a credit guarantee, any other person who acquires the rights of a credit provider under a credit agreement after it has been entered into. This refers to third parties. Why is it important to know what is in your credit report? It will be the number of credit card accounts you have, their borrowing limits, the loans you have taken, how much of them you've paid, whether you're paying on time, late, or are you missing payments, severe financial setbacks such as judgment notices, defaults, mortgage foreclosures, car repossessions, bankruptcies, any judgment that is associated with that. You've got 4 types of credit. You'll have revolving credit, service credit, installment credit, charge cards. Revolving credit mostly is like credit cards. In our extensive session on how to get your credit report, we also look into the difference between revolving and non-revolving credit. Charge cards used to be famous in I'm in 80s. I'm from the 80s, so 80s, 90s. This is what used to rule the floors of mass retailers, whether it be in clothing. But these days, most of them have been replaced with loyalty cards linked with they might have a store account function linked into them. Okay, how do you reach your credit report? We spoke about this. Creditors use that 3-digit credit number score, and that score constitutes of your payment history, your amounts owed, your length of credit history, your credit mix, new credit, your credit utilization ratio. All that is what informs their score. So creditors use that 3-digit number score known as the credit score as a first step in deciding whether or not to issue credit. It talks to a trust. It's really a trust score, a credit trust score. Okay, get your credit report and take control. How do you go about it? The first step, guys, in anything that has to do with credit is to get your house in order, and you can only get your house in order by knowing what's on your credit report, by pulling your credit report. Okay, less than 5% of South African credit active consumers are leveraging the legislation which entitles them to that free credit report. Remember what we said? We said there's 26.52 million credit active consumers. So you do the maths. Is that 741,000 people? It's really not touch. So our view at Juprop is that if we can get to a point where 5 million people are pulling their credit report, we can change this country, particularly with this government that keeps borrowing and borrowing and borrowing us into debt. They are borrowing us into and that's all they know. A person who ends up borrowing has run out of solutions. They've run out of solutions, and they consider borrowing to be a solution. It's not a solution. Okay, why is it important to know what's reflected on your credit report? When you know what's on your credit report and what it looks like, you can apply for credit with confidence. It is also important to know which accounts are negatively affecting your credit score so that you can improve the payments on those. When you request your own report, you can see who's been making inquiries. It's also important that you do not become a victim of fraud. So here are the 6 quick ways to improve your credit score, get your credit report any errors, any inquiries to your inaccuracies on your profile to the credit bureaus, pay your bills on time, reduce your credit utilization ratio, pay off outstanding debt, settle and close accounts. Okay, our offer is as follows. We've got 3 offers. We've got a 3 months offer, a 6 months offer, an annual package. They all come at different price ranges, ranging from 999 to 3,350, and they are covered through online sessions. We've got over 30 online sessions over a specific period based on the package that you have. And you get practical self tools, templates, formulas, exercises that help you to. We are big advocates of DIY. Okay, get the necessary knowledge, improve the skill set, and learn by doing. So not only this information that you absorb, you need to go and apply it, and that's how you improve it. Once you apply, so we can be accountable. You can be accountable to us, we can be accountable to you. Does it work, does it not work? This is what this is about. Okay, discounts on affiliated partners and products, expert guests on sessions. We also have customized package codes on request. And yeah, thank you very much. My name is Seppo. Please make contact, follow us on Facebook, whatever it takes. Definitely make contact with us. All right, T signing out, and thank you guys.